Hello everyone, welcome back to another Zenless Zone Zero recipe video. Today we're looking at a recent event. During this event, we help a chef Bangbu deliver food from his food truck, and we get to see his menu. Today I'm going to be focusing on the sandwiches. I'll be recreating 3 sandwiches along with one of the sides. As always, written recipes will be in the description below, and please consider subscribing to stay updated with all of my Zenless Zone Zero cooking. Without further ado, let's begin. Let's start with the meats. I'm at a friend's house today, which explains a different kitchen and a different camera angle. Cover the chicken breasts with plastic wrap and flatten them with a meat tenderizer. This is optional, but I prefer doing this because it allows for a more evenly cooked chicken breast and it'll be easier to slice the chicken for the sandwich later on. Season with salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and chili powder. That's all for the chicken. Moving on to the beef. I have some really thin cuts of steak, and I'm keeping it real simple by seasoning with salt and pepper. And finally, for the sausage, I have some smoked pork sausage. Just slicing them diagonally on a bias, and that's it. For the sauce that I'll be using on these sandwiches, start with Calabrian chilies. This is not mandatory, I just had these in my fridge from another video. But I did want this sauce to have a bit of a kick, so you could use cayenne pepper or some sort of hot sauce instead. If you don't want any spice in your sauce, just skip this step instead. Along with the chilies, add mayo, paprika, chili powder, salt, and black pepper. Give it a good mix and set aside until assembly. Moving over to the stove, preheat a pan on medium-high heat. Start with the chicken breasts. Cook each side of the chicken breast for 5 to 6 minutes per side. Remove the chicken breast from the pan, add some more oil to the pan, and place the steaks in. If your steaks are as thin as mine were, then it's only about 1 to 2 minutes per side to get the steak cooked to a medium rare, almost medium. Once the steaks are cooked, set aside and finally place the sausages in. The sausages are already fully cooked, so I'm just letting them go for 1 to 2 minutes per side to brown the sausage and render out a bit of the fat. Meats are done, it's almost time for assembly. For the bread, I chose sourdough, and I'm using my friend's toaster here. You could also toast these in an oven or toaster oven or even on top of the stovetop. First, the chicken sandwich. Bottom bread, slather on the chili mayo, then sliced avocado, and then one of the chicken breasts sliced. This wasn't in the image, but I sauteed some onions and I plan to add them to all 3 of the sandwiches. Just a little personal preference of mine. Finally, top it with the top bread, which also has chili mayo on it. And that completes the chicken sandwich. Moving on to the beef sandwich, bottom bread, the chili mayo, the steak sliced. I also melted a piece of provolone cheese over it. And then some of those sauteed onions. Once again, not shown in the in-game image, but I really think they belonged on the sandwich. And finally, top it with another piece of bread. For the sausage sandwich, I wasn't exactly sure what that little thing in the corner is. My friend suggested horseradish, so I went for a horseradish mayo on the bottom bread, then layered the sausage slices, and of course the sauteed onions. Top with the bread that also has some horseradish mayo on it too. That completes the 3 sandwiches. But I did mention I was also recreating one of the sides on the chef's menu. I decided on recreating the potato side dish to go with the sandwiches. In a large pot, I have some russet potatoes that were peeled and cut into small wedges. Salt the water and bring it to a boil. I'm only parboiling the potatoes for a few minutes. Once the potatoes are parboiled, strain them and let them fully dry out on a tray. Preheat oil to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and deep fry the potatoes in batches. Since the potatoes are mostly cooked from being parboiled earlier, we're only frying them until they get golden brown, about 3 to 4 minutes per batch. Keep repeating until all the potatoes are cooked. And that completes the sandwiches and a side of potatoes from Zenless Zone Zero. Each of the sandwiches were delicious, but if I had to pick my favorite, it was definitely the chicken sandwich. And the potatoes were fluffy on the inside and crispy on the outside. Can't go wrong with fried potatoes. And then we chase it all down with a cola just like in game. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and leave a like on the video. It really helps a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.